his commandments, we don't observe his laws out of a duty ethic, but out of delight, because we love him, because we're doing it out of worship, because we adore him. You see the change? It's a shift of motivation because it flows from your heart, not externals pressed down on the outside of you, but internally you've been restored, you've been changed. You don't have a heart of stone, you have a heart of flesh before God. You know, when Stephanie and I were dating, she had a pink journal that she filled with notes. And those little notes were not really intense love letters because we were just dating. I was in Montana and Texas. She was in North Carolina. Our relationship hadn't gotten super serious, but she was writing in this journal just prayers for me and Bible verses and art and things. She just filled this journal with over 100 pages of notes. And then when I went to visit her after about 6 months of this long-distance relationship, she gave me this journal, and I started flipping through it. I'm like, I'm never going to measure up to this. And then the natural thing that flowed from my mouth was what? I love you. It wasn't like, oh, I want to be a good person for you. No, it was, I love you. I love you. And a few months later, I would say, will you be my wife on New Year's Eve? When we started our engagement process, she got another journal, a leather-bound journal, and she wrote kind of more intense love letters, 90 pages worth of notes nearly every day writing in this thing. And then on our wedding day, she gave me this journal. I'm like, and she said, the other half is still empty. This is a bigger journal, so you could write to me in the journal. I'm like, yeah. So I did, a little bit, not 100 pages worth. But we wrote a lot in there. I wrote some back to her, and I treasured every page that she had written to me. And then being the kind of goofy person I am, I started writing other things in there too. It kind of turned into this big journal of all kinds of things, stuff we were dealing with then, ministry changes and finishing school and things with our kids. And last May, a year and a half ago, we went out to Colorado to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. And I brought that journal along so we could rehearse the glories of, our relationship in the past and think about God's faithfulness. And we got to the airport, and I was rushing around, and we got on the plane, turned in that rental car, got on the plane, flew back here, and we're unpacking our things, and I couldn't find the journal. Anywhere. I could not find the journal. We looked everywhere in our bedroom, all through our luggage, all through our basement, looked in all our cars, and I thought, I had to leave it on the hiking trail. Stupid, Michael, why? Or did I leave it in the rental car under the seat, or did it fall in my backpack in the airplane? I called the airline. They were no help. I called the rental car place. They were no help. I called the place where we were staying. I called restaurants where we ate. I need to find this journal. This journal wasn't just something that I read through and go, I respect Stephanie. I trust Stephanie. No, it was, I adore Stephanie. I want to love her and serve her and show my faithfulness to her because of her love for me. But I couldn't find the journal until 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, a friend of mine came, and he's a professional painter out in California. He finished painting my library room in my office, and I was going through some papers, and there it was. I could not believe it. I don't know how it got there. I have no idea. And I looked at the first page here, and there's a little poem that she wrote, My One and Only. I may have to omit a few clauses here. In my heart of hearts, are you still with me? All right. You are there beside me. I pray for you, think of you, wait for you. You are my bridegroom, and a glimpse of your face I have been anxious to see. I have kept myself for you, waiting for you to come to me, to give you the gift of my purity. It is a gift that has never been given by me before and will only be yours to receive. Moving on. My heart is so fragile, but I have kept it intact for you. It has been hard, but knowing you will get my whole heart made it easier to do, for you are my one and my only, the one who God has made for me. I've waited and prayed for you, and now I give myself to you. Anyway, God has given us the gift of relationship, of love in Jesus Christ. We don't just read this book so that we can go, okay, I'm going to respect God and be a good person. We go, no, I love God. I adore God. I want to worship him with everything that I've got.